right, I am. I'll apologize for my camera later.
Anything else you want to say before during the open? Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome on in. Pizzelle 56X.
I'm
Court
having a
Lalonde.
day.
We're having a day here on Three Dads on a Console, and we are Sans Wabba Plays, which means you are going to be entertained for the next hour or so. Got him. As you know, I'm joined by Court. Court, what's the crack, mate?
Well, as everybody's realizing, if you're watching live on video, I look like a tomato, and we can't figure out. My camera is not liking me. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties. My monitors weren't working for a sec. It's like everything is throwing up on me. I did order a new mic, so the next time I'm on this show, because spoiler alert, I won't be here next week. I'll be in Mason, Michigan. Woohoo! But I'm gonna have a new mic, and I'm gonna try and do a new setup. I was originally gonna get a new chair, but I think the mic, it's driving me insane. Pez might be getting a new mic too, so don't worry about it.
It's possible.
Once I get mine, he's gonna be like,
it's possible. I have been looking into XLR setups, so
that's
it is
what
possible.
I got.
You know, I don't know. I still like my Wave. I still feel like it outputs a good audio. I think I'm good with it for now. We'll see. Maybe if we strike it rich with a new video game coming out.
Ooh.
Look, Court.
Like, yes.
Have you ever been playing Spider-Man and said, you know what I really want to play? The Floor is Lava. Well, maybe a little keepy uppy.
Keepy uppy?
Did you know God. You can do that now in video games?
Hold on. Did you know that I had the press release open and I went off it to do something else because I'm not the smartest still in the shed?
Then you lost it?
Yeah, it's okay. I'll pull it back up. This is all on me, folks.
Beans.
I am having a day, and it's just not even fair. But yes, Bluey got announced. Wow. I am a garbage truck on fire. I do apologize, everybody. I don't know what's going on today.
It's okay. While you do that, I'm going to do my...
No, I've got it.
All right. I was going to do my favorite Bluey one-liners.
Bluey video game launches November 17th. Now, for us here at Three Dads on a Console, I believe we talked about Bluey in our very first episode. It is something of an obsession with myself and Waba. I have gone on record, and I will still go on record as saying it is the greatest show on television right now. This is not me blowing smoke up anybody's butt. It is the greatest show on television right now. It is fun for all ages, and our friends over at Outright Games have finally made it official. Now, this did leak, but because it wasn't made official, we really didn't want to really talk about it. It is official now. You can freely explore Bluey's house alongside other iconic locations for the first time ever. Experience Bluey's world with original voice talent from the show. Discover all new story-driven gameplay for up to 4-player co-op. Now, me at my house, when I told my daughter about the co-op, she already called Bluey. I'm Bandit, and my wife gets to play. We have decided.
She's give her bingo. She's bingo.
Yeah, we'll see. See, it's mom, dad, but yeah. So the game, Bluey the video game, is based on the Emmy and BAFTA award-winning TV show that follows Bluey, a lovable, inexcusable blue healer dog who lives with mom and dad and a little sister. Bingo. Honestly, everything about this, I'm really hoping that other characters show up in it. But the premise of this game is bingo. Become immersed in the world of Bluey in the interactive sandbox adventure as players navigate faithfully, recreating iconic locations, including Bluey's home. Fully explore for the first time, engage in story-driven, episodic gameplay with activities inspired by fans of the favorite moments from the show, as well as brand new 4-part storyline created in partnership with the TV show. So they have the original voice actors. This is technically a extension to the show. So there's going to be storylines that they weren't. There is going to be games like Keepy Uppy and Magic Xylophone that we're familiar with from the TV show, but this literally will be an extension, will be actually extra episodes, and they've done a phenomenal job. The animation style is exactly like the TV show. You wouldn't be able to tell the TV show from the video game, which is awesome, I really do feel. So the game features voices from the English-speaking cast of the show, including Dad, Bandit, David McCormick, Mom, Chili, Melanie Zanatti, several of the other iconic chart-topping Bluey music tracks from composer Geoff Bush will be featured on the game's soundtrack alongside all new music created for the development team. Bluey the video game has been designed with flexibility in mind, allowing fans to engage with the game and explore their own pace and the ability to jump between story quests, activities, and exploration at any time. Variable difficulty features have been included that allow the game to be accessible and fun for both preschool and older fans of the game. Yeah, I'm going to be playing on baby mode. This is definitely going to be a platinum. It is. It's just going to happen. Toggle simple written on-screen instructions for full voiceover. My guess is here, Pez, it's going to be a lot like Peppa the Pig. But my hope is Peppa the Pig didn't really there wasn't a lot of guidance. Sometimes we had to literally didn't know what to do. So I'm hoping that we don't have those issues. Players will be able to utilize physics-based mechanics to manipulate objects, interact with the world around them, add additional challenges to mini games, and support free-to-play in the sandbox. So it probably is going to be a little bit like the Peppa the Pig. So you're going to be able to go outside, go to the house, and go to certain landmarks, and then you're going to be interact while you're there. But when this game releases on November 17th, which is also the same day as the new Trolls movie with NSYNC back, like, come on, Pez, did you not hear about this? NSYNC's back, baby.
Heard about it.
Song sounds like a banger. I'm excited to go to this movie. This game comes out on November 17th, and I can promise you this: on November 17th, on Three Dads in a Console, we will be playing this game either on Waba's Twitch or on Pez's Twitch. This game will. It's probably gonna be Waba. Who are we kidding? It's definitely gonna be played. And we'll probably have codes to give away at launch. So stay tuned. This is going to be my game of the year. Sorry, Spider-Man 2. Bluey just took over.
Spider-Man in the trash. Starfield? Who cares? Send it to space.
Honestly, Starfield, I'm not even playing that game.
Baldur's Gate 3 for dorks. Bluey 2023 is where it's at.
Dude, I was actually shocked with everything that was going on social media with Xbox seemingly just opening the floodgates, and then we'll talk about that more. For a brief 2-hour window there in the morning, all anybody wanted to talk about was the Bluey video game, which is amazing.
I mean, it makes, not only did we call this, if you go into the depths, the crypts of our YouTube video, you will find a season 1 review from a handful of dads that you may know from the channel. So we have been on the Bluey train since day 1, and we knew
right up there.
We knew it was Outright Games who should have done it, and we knew that if they got their hands on it, it's going to be good. And you know what? From the trailer, it looks pretty good. It looks like it runs in 60 frames. That could be up-resed. Who knows? But it would not.
I'll see if it says anything.
It would not surprise me given how well Cosmic Chaos ran. I'm really excited.
It's going to be available on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, Switch, PS5, and PS4. And PC, Pez. PC.
Ooh. Yeah, that's I mean, they've made a number of their offerings on PC. So I'm sure it'll run smashingly. Because as we know, games only run incredibly on PC. They definitely.
So I'm gonna have to disagree with that and say that I don't know what it is. If the game is for PC, it runs great. But if the game is made for console and then gets optimized for PC, it's usually a trash fire.
You want to know why? Because it is when you make a game for the PS5, you only need to optimize it for the PS5. When you make it for a PC, you need to try to optimize it for every PC, which means
it's almost like PCs suck.
It's just
that's PCs suck. So I'm just saying.
I don't agree with it. I would.
It's not that you don't have to agree. There's a lot of things that you don't agree with that are facts.
I don't believe that at all. But we'll continue. We will move on from this because we were having a positive conversation about Bluey and you brought it back.
Dude, I am honestly
brought it back, but I'm
so excited.
It's gonna be great. I think it is legitimately gonna be great. I said DC Cosmic Chaos will put Outright Games on the map. This will put Outright Games in the Scrooge McDuck vault of. They'll just be diving through their coins, man. It is. It's gonna be a game. It's gonna be a game changer for them. It's gonna sell a lot of copies, and you know what? It's probably gonna be pretty great.
Now, if Muffin is in the game, I'm gonna lose my mind because Muffin is the greatest character ever created in the Bluey universe.
I hope they don't tell us anyone else. We saw Grandpa. Grandpa was kicking around. He was kicking it, right? Don't tell me
We
anyone
saw
else.
no, we saw the ant. The ant's in it too, right? In one of the screenshots, the ant's in it.
Don't show me anyone else. Let me be surprised. Let me find my people.
Ah, dude, come on, just give me Muffin. Do you understand how crazy Muffin is and how awesome Muffin is?
Mm-hmm. Half of
Muffin's the
my
best.
TikTok algorithm is just Bluey. I'm a 40-year-old man, and I get Bluey TikToks like
I
crazy.
I think it's hilarious that we got so into the Bluey train, and then when now people are like realizing how good it is. I saw Gary Whitta tweeting about this, going, "Oh my god, this is going to be the greatest video game all year." Like Jez Corden, Gary Whitta, all these like huge people in the gaming world are just like Bluey. Like, oh my god, Bluey. I wouldn't be surprised if the team over at Outright is like getting game requests from these people that they've never heard of, like that are huge. All of a sudden, they're like, I wouldn't mind a piece of this one,
Yep. 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 It's gonna be. I mean, again, All Right Games has announced 2 bangers because they still have Ninja Turtles coming at some point.
dude.
Mutant Mayhem.
Dude, I watched that tonight for like the third time now. And they
It's
also
so good.
have Rainbow High is this Friday. My daughter's super excited about that. We've been playing Baby Shark.
Wait, what do you think?
If the song is super annoying. Like I'm gonna be honest, the song is super annoying, but it is hard when you ramp up the difficulty, and that is not fair.
I mean,
But
it's yeah.
we were able to play it, and my daughter got a lot of laughs out of it. My wife and we'd all take turns, and she loved the fact that when my wife and I would screw up because we'd have to ramp up the difficulty, and she could play it on the lower difficulty. So
Mm-hmm. She wiped
it's
the
well
floor with you
done.
guys.
It's well done. But that song, as a parent, as our friend who remains nameless that hates the Blue Dog Baby Shark song, I'm right up there with that.
Mm. Mm. DJ Spencer in the chat think they already plan on making a second Bluey game based on the
Dude,
overall excitement from the announcement. I mean,
I wouldn't be
who knows?
surprised.
Who knows? Bluey's hot right now.
Dude, this is really putting out a game at the exact time it needs to come out. But
Mm-hmm.
actually, I still say like last year it still would have been huge, but Bluey is huge right now.
Yep. Yep.
Like the season's dropping on Disney Plus. It's one of the most watched things on Disney Plus. You know how they have like the rankings? Bluey is up there as one of the most watched things on Disney Plus.
You know what is I was really excited to hear about is that the voice cast is going to be obviously being
Oh, that's
playing their
huge.
characters, because it could have been incredibly easy for any developer and publisher just to be like, you know what, we're not going to pay for the actors and actresses. We're just gonna do, like the little text bubble box, like an old Final Fantasy game. So I'm glad, or a Persona game. So I'm glad that they are going all out to make sure. And if you look at Outright Games, so they have now had the whole Bluey voice cast. They have had the voice acting on DC Cosmic Chaos was like insane top tier voice acting. And now they're gonna get the kids from, or we believe they'll get the voice actors from Mutant Mayhem. So like they are not skimping on their talent, and they're not skimping on their titles. It's great.
I
Kids
stand
deserve
corrected.
this.
On September 20th, the most watched thing was Bluey on Disney Plus. As of September 20th, the most watched thing on Disney Plus is Bluey.
Everyone loves Bluey, man.
Ahsoka's there, but overall it's Bluey.
Of course it is. Of course it is. So yeah, Bluey video game coming day one. Day one purchase for the dads. As Court said, we're gonna figure out how to get a little, if it has online play, which my guess is it will. We'll have a little
We're gonna be
three
playing it.
dads. We'll have a little three dads play along here on the channel.
I have a funny feeling it does not have online play.
I don't think so either.
I think it's local co-op.
Which then would actually be interested to see how that ran on the Nintendo Switch. Given how
Better than Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully the eyes are better. You seen the pictures of the bug eyes?
Dude, the pictures of everything. That game looks like a trash fire within a trash fire. But
looks
you know, we're gonna
terrible.
get the Switch too, so you're finally gonna get PS4 graphics.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait for I thought DJ Spencer says that he believes that they have tweeted out it'll be 4-player local in
Yes,
November.
I think for sure it will be.
Yeah. Shame.
It's got to be, dude. I don't see how it's. I don't see how that's online at all. Like not even a little bit.
Also, you
Sorry.
know what? For a
Chicken
Switch
butt?
for a Switch mobile, like for a Switch, you're never gonna get standard gen graphics. Ever. It's not gonna happen. Think about it. Think about how much it would cost to put all that in a handheld. You probably pay $700 for a Switch to run it 4K 60, to run natively at 4K 60. I'm not talking about
I understand.
DLSS.
Regardless, can I understand why people think the Switch is this holy grail of things?
I don't think they think that, but it's different, right? So you can play it on the go and not have to buy another Project Q, right? Not another PlayStation Portal. You don't have to play it from your phone. So you're playing the games you want to play, Mario and Link on your Switch on the train, because that's like what the whole thing was about. It's about using it for a console quality mobile gaming machine. That's what it is. That's why people like it. And Nintendo puts out good games. Their first party games are some of the best. I know you can disagree with me, but I mean,
some
Mario,
of them, but I do think Zelda is not that good. I'm sorry. I don't think Zelda. I do not like the Breath of the Wild I don't like those Zeldas.
That's okay.
Mario is phenomenal. The new Princess Peach game looks pretty darn good.
Oh, it looks so good. In October, the same day Spider-Man comes out. Super Mario Brothers
Mario Wonder. Yeah.
Super Mario
Wonder
got comes out.
Spider Boy Day.
So
and you get the new Blink-182 album all on the same day.
Oh man, we're going back to 2001, baby. It's gonna be great.
Seriously, hey.
Court's gonna be playing Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna be playing Super Mario Brothers, and Waba is, who knows.
I'll probably definitely playing Wonder by then. I'll let's be honest here. When Spider-Man 2 comes out, I will finish Spider-Man 2.
That's true.
Yeah.
I still want to know who I really want to know who Venom is.
I think it's Harry Osborn.
Yeah, I do too. You know what? Everyone's gonna think that, and then we're gonna get swerved.
Do you know what everybody's thinking about right now?
What?
The new Xbox that's coming out, or in 2028, we're getting brand new consoles from PlayStation and Xbox now.
Are you sure it's that and not Brad Marchand being named captain of the Boston Bruins?
Do you think that they should have done it at the runway show, and how much more impactful it would have been if he walked out on stage with that C?
Yes, but also I don't think he should be the captain. I think I don't.
You think it should be McAvoy? Eh?
I think it should be McAvoy, but one. I also look at Brad Marchand's history,
dude. McAvoy didn't even get a letter.
No, he got an A.
It's him and Pasternak. Yes, my apologies.
The only issue I have with it is I love Brad Marchand, but if you look at his career, he's been a great goal scorer, but he's also been a real jerk. And I don't know if that's captain material.
But he has learned. He's been a lot better.
He has. He
is the leader in that room. I can, from firsthand information, he is a leader in that dressing room.
Yeah, I really like him. I'm also I also have a bias toward defensemen. That's
why though.
Well, like growing up, my favorite player was Ray Bourque. And then if you look at like the Bruins, it's Ray Bourque, like defenseman.
So you grew up in the 90s in Boston. How was it not Ray Bourque?
Yeah. Well, so I've always had a love for defensemen. Ray Bourque, and then Ray Bourque does his own thing, and then Chara comes in. He's the captain. He's the big defense. Something about
I'm the captain now.
Something about a big defensive pillar really makes me happy in hockey teams. That's all.
But Bergeron was amazing. He wasn't a defenseman.
I know. I didn't say I don't like defensemen. I say for captains, I lean toward defensemen.
No, you were saying, but Bergeron was captain.
I
He
know.
wasn't a defenseman.
I know. That doesn't mean I don't like him. But if there was still like a Chara there, Chara would be the captain.
Over Bergeron?
Yeah, he already was.
Yeah, but we all know he wasn't.
But he was.
He was surpassed. Let's be honest here. We're not getting off this one.
Let's talk about it.
Bergeron surpassed Chara while Chara was the captain, and Bergeron became the captain without the C. We can agree on this, correct?
We can agree on this, correct?
Okay, I was like, he was 100%.
I didn't disagree
in
on
2018, when they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, Bergeron might have said A and Chara might have said C, but Bergeron was the captain.
I didn't disagree on it. I just said at the time, Chara was the captain.
Cool story, but
which is technically true, which is the best kind of true.
I know, but you were saying that you leaned to the defenseman, and then I was like Patrice Bergeron. And as a Boston Bruins fan, saying the name Patrice Bergeron, he is now, because of Bobby Orr's indiscretion, what are we going to call them? Terrible things he said.
His language.
Let's call it like it is. Where does Bergeron go now? Is he higher or the same, or is Ray higher? Because I truly feel that Bobby Orr did tarnish his name in Boston. He won't with everybody, but I put out a thing about I don't know if you saw it, I put out that Mount Rushmore tweet, and the amount of people told me that Bobby Orr couldn't even be up there anymore. I was like, wow, that's aggressive. But instead of doing it the way of who was the better player, because I think if we went there, okay, Bobby Orr is the greatest Boston Bruin ever to wear the jersey, 100%. But who was the greatest player that played here? Do you know what I mean?
Who
exemplified Boston, who was in the community, who did everything while he was here. It doesn't necessarily make him being the best player, because like a guy like Sean Thornton, I would say, is in the top 10 there. He did a ton for the community. Stan Jonathan, same thing.
True.
So
it's
either Ray or it's Patrice.
It's Patrice Bergeron, dude.
I know it definitely is.
I'm
sorry for Ray Bourque, but
not only the off ice stuff, but also the on ice stuff. Like Ray Bourque was very good, but Stanley Cups and stuff do matter to people in Boston, and he won it in Colorado. Not his fault, because Jeremy Jacobs is one of the cheapest owners before the salary cap era, but still part of it. So I would agree. Patrice Bergeron, number 1. And then I would probably put Ray Bourque number 2.
And then who we got number 3?
Of all time? It's hard because like
Bobby Orr, how many years? Bobby Orr was only there for 8 years.
Yeah, but it's hard. Like we don't know the impact Milt Schmidt had in the Bruins because we weren't in Boston.
Suppose he was huge. Milt Schmidt.
Milt Schmidt, like on the ice was incredible, but like off the ice, who knows? Like we didn't experience it, so it's hard to really go back into that time frame and be like, oh yeah, he was great or he was terrible, because we can only go on what people say.
Oh, wow, it's bang on 8 years.
Stories that they tell us.
Okay, it is not all time. It is yours.
Mine?
So like for me, Bobby Orr always comes off. So for me, I'll give you mine first. So we got Bergeron.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can only have 4. So you just give your top 4 of all time. It goes Bergeron, Raymond Bourque, this is going to be spicy, Tuukka Rask, and David Krejci. Cam Neely can't be on there because I think for what he's done as of ownership, he's a poop sandwich now. I was close to putting Oates up there because I loved myself some Oates when he was a Bruin. He was so good. And Glenn Murray too. Really liked him.
Okay, I'm gonna go Bergeron, Bourque. I'm putting my big guy up there.
Zdeno
Chara up there.
My issue was how he left. I was just like, poop sandwich. Yeah. He pooped it. He pooped all over the place and lied a lot. Kind of
poop it on the way out. Filled his bag on the way out. Dang, Rask is a good one.
I know because he got dunked on, and he was always there.
He got people like again dunked all over Tuukka Rask, but he is statistically the best Bruins goaltender of all time.
He's statistically one of the best goaltenders of all time.
And Boston continually hated him because he didn't play like Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas had a great run in the Stanley Cup run. He played fantastically, but Tim Thomas was also the reason that they lost a lot of those games. He was the reason that they lost the first and second game.
He's the reason they lost against Philly.
Yeah. So people only remember the Steve Downey save, the waffle to the face of who was it, Burrows or whatever. Like they only remember that stuff with Tim Thomas, and that's why they love him. And he had like a fantastic run in the playoffs, but like Tuukka Rask, dude,
Tuukka Rask literally against St. Louis Blues stood on his head, and the Bruins took a big dump in front of him.
Tuukka Rask in 2013 in the Eastern Conference Finals shut down the best Eastern Conference team in the Penguins. That Penguins team was a wagon, and he closed the door on them so fast, and people seem just to forget it because then they ran up against another wagon in the Chicago Blackhawks. It's like, what are you gonna do? You know what you do, Court? You take a bunch of FTC documents and emails and you leak them online.
Oh man, there's a lot to go. Like, this is spicy. Like, before we get into it, I think my favorite thing about all this is one, Phil Spencer's tweet this morning of pretty much trying to blow we've changed all our plans since like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
That I think is like the sweetness. Yeah. You've changed your plans from less than a year ago.
Yep.
Sure,
everything came out, but now we're gonna change it.
There was all this stuff from Phil Spencer saying like there's not going to be any console refresh or anything like that. We're just gonna go to the next console. And Pez, what was all the information that we found out?
Oh man, let's see. Well, we'll talk about the high points.
How about the new console that's coming in less than a year?
The Xbox Series X might go all digital in 2024
and look like no longer is it a box. It's a HEPA filter.
Like in Alexa. It looks like a Gen 1 Alexa.
Oh my god.
It looks like the one sitting currently in my bedroom.
The way it looks now is amazing. And this is just
I love the way my Series X looks. I think it looks awesome. You already know the big thing that irritates me with Brooklyn, which is what they're codenaming this. It has no disk drive.
I'm okay with that, dude.
I know.
I know you gotta let that go. You gotta let it go, dude.
I like it. I like
it. You know how annoying it is right now that I'm trying to play Cyberpunk and I have to put the disc in and then I've got to change the disc and then it's like oh god. If it was just a digital version, I wouldn't have to deal with any of this.
I've never felt this pain. Every time I change the disc, smiles as wide as the beautiful blue ocean.
So my question to you is,
yeah,
is it 5 years or 10 years before physical media of video games is done? Because I think it's 3.
If Microsoft goes with this hybrid cloud Xbox thing in 2028, it's 5 years. The moment
I think it's done now, dude.
The moment, well, I don't, because I don't think Nintendo will go all digital
but collector's editions already for PlayStation do not come with the game. It's a digital code,
which is to me insane, but I don't buy collector's editions because they're overpriced and too expensive.
Well, it's because think about it. Here's a perfect example. Most games nowadays, the physical version, there's nothing on the goddamn disc that you get. There's nothing on it. It's literally just a CD key to download it from the store. Halo Infinite, there's nothing on the disc.
I am well aware.
Okay.
Some people just like to have physical media.
So, feed me all the leaks, Pez. Leak them all out.
All right. Let's see. So the Brooklyn, which is the rounded Amazon Xbox Series X, leaked data indicates that the possible software refresh will include more internal storage, a faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, and a more immersive controller. So with that comes this like crazy new controller that they were talking about.
With
So
haptic feedback.
yeah, so they talked about the image of the controller codenamed Sebel shows a two-tone color design and promises modular thumbsticks and features that many a PlayStation fan have known for years now. Lift to wake, precision haptic feedback, and an accelerometer.
Accelerometer. It's like
Whatever. I don't know what that is. I'm too
yeah.
dumb. I'm too dumb to know what that is.
It's for when you can move the controller and the controller does like knows where you're going, right?
Oh, gotcha.
I'll Google it. I think it's that though.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm too dumb for that. As we said in 2028, they are looking at a next Xbox as a hybrid cloud machine, which means probably goodbye physical media. Goodbye Moon Man. Next
Yeah, it measures
generation.
your movement. It measures the movement.
Okay. I'm too dumb. This is why I work in a nonprofit and not for NASA. Microsoft describes this machine, next generation hybrid game platform, capable of leveraging the combined power of the client and cloud to deliver deeper immersion in entirely new classes of game experiences, which tells us nothing, but basically it's going to be Game Pass and cloud based gaming all in one little machine. Microsoft wanted to buy Nintendo, which like who wouldn't make so much money? Bethesda, so a whole schedule of Bethesda got leaked. It was
Seriously,
great. Did you see some of these games on here?
No, I haven't. I didn't read the article.
So here we go. Doom Year Zero and DLC. So a new Doom game was told on this. A new Elder Scrolls Online expansion. Elder Scrolls 6 coming in like FY 2024 E. So that's probably 2025, depending on what their fiscal year cycle is. A Fallout 3 remaster, Ghostwire Tokyo sequel, Dishonored 3, let's go. Dishonored 2 was a banger. Doom Year Zero DLC, that is all in 2025, it looks. A licensed IP game, no idea what that is, obviously.
Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I don't see it on the. Oh no, they're saying FY22, which is this year. Indiana Jones game. So who knows? I mean, this is probably got pushed off based on because it says like in 2022 Starfield was coming out, so maybe it's a year late. But it announced an Oblivion remaster, which is a great game. It announced, let's see, anything else?
So far, everything you're like more games with loading screens.
Yeah, it's a Bethesda game. Indiana Jones game, Oblivion remaster, another Elder Scrolls Online expansion, Starfield DLC. So you got to think that's coming in 2024. A game called Project Kestrel and Project Platinum, which we obviously don't know what those are yet. And then some mobile games that really weren't talked about: Fallout Shelter Online, Project Whirlwind, whatever that is. But yeah, so a ton of unreleased Bethesda game announcements have been leaked in that. So that is interesting. How
many of these do you think we'll get?
I think we'll get all of them. Definitely. I mean, we know Indiana Jones has already been announced. That's already been announced.
Coming. We know there's going to be another Fallout.
We know there's going to be a new Fallout, which actually wasn't mentioned. The only thing mentioned,
remastered, because I thought New Vegas we were getting the remaster.
Fallout 3, a new Fallout 3 remaster.
Yeah, that's the story.
And then it said Fallout Worlds, and then in parentheses it said Fallout 76. So I wonder if that's another big expansion for 76.
That game got a revival somehow.
They keep putting content out for it, and apparently the game gets better. I can't go back to it because it just isn't fun. But if people people like to do the thing, so it is what it is. But yeah,
people keep going back to it, but it isn't fun.
I think it's terrible, but it doesn't matter what I think because I don't play it. Like we got a code from a lovely PR firm for The Pit, which was a Fallout 76 expansion, and it was not very fun. I did not enjoy it that much. I'm gonna turn my fan off. The two biggest things that stood out: one, Xbox did not like the reveal of the PS5.
Yeah, like they made fun of it.
Yeah, I was a little
The
taken aback by that.
PS5, by the way, is up 200% in sales year
I
over
mean,
year.
why wouldn't you buy a PS5? They have fantastic games. Fantastic
Xbox
games.
has got good games too, but for me, I've been playing more on my PS5 and I'm about to get Spider-Man. Starfield, I don't know, man. There's something about this game. I don't know what it is. This year I've been giving games a try. I put over 10 hours into Starfield, and I don't think I will ever play it again.
No, I haven't even. I've made a character. That's as far as I've gotten so far. It's just don't.
I get very
I don't
annoyed with
care.
Starfield as you get your spaceship and you can't really go. So you're going to the star map and then you're just fast traveling to it and you can't land it. Like it's just, what is the ship for? It serves no
True.
purpose to me.
It's just to look pretty. And then Phil Spencer came out and said AAA publishers was slow to react to the disruption of digital storefronts. So he was immediately like, "Well, these guys don't understand what they're doing. All these AAA publishers don't know what they're doing." Which I mean, it's kind of fair. Spencer wrote that third-party publishers were unable to replicate the dominance they established back in the days of video game retail. Talked about how brick and mortar have not found a way to effectively cross-promote. They have not found a way to build publisher brands that drive consumer affinity the way that Disney has in video. So he just like dumped all over these AAA publishers, which I mean, he's kind of right.
Yes, but we also got to see how much it cost to get a game for Game Pass. It was going to cost them $100 million to get Assassin's Creed Mirage. They obviously didn't do it, but they were looking into getting Assassin's Creed Mirage day and date on Game Pass.
Yeah,
And it was going to
it's
cost
insane.
$100 million.
Meanwhile, did you see what they offered for Baldur's Gate 5?
Well, hold on. Did you
3?
hear they made fun of it first?
5 million. Yeah. Yeah, they were like,
And they made fun of it.
never gonna work. It's funny because the Larian's game director came out and he was like, "Yeah, they're right. Like the type of genre we do, you never know if this type of game is gonna be any good." So at least
And
he
did you
stood up.
see that it cost them $12 million a month to have Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, it was insane. In that list was insane. But
And he also, there's an email that he has said that by a certain time frame, if they don't turn around and start doing better for Game Pass, they're leaving. And he has
ooh, I
since
did not
like
read that.
clawed it back. Oh yeah, buddy. There's so much. He said that the Xbox.
Mm.
Hold on, I'll find it. Xbox leaving. Let's go here. All games coming in September. Phil Spencer. Where is it? Phil Spencer. Microsoft could leave the gaming business if Xbox Game Pass doesn't grow. Could there be a scenario where Microsoft and Xbox leave the gaming business altogether? This is an article by Mike Straw over at Insider Gaming. As part of the massive
love
info
Mike
leak
Straw.
from Microsoft and the FTC court case, one major bit of information came when Spencer talking about Xbox Game Pass and the growth it needs. A leaked document shows trajectory path for Xbox Game Pass subscribers over the incoming years. The projections show that the service passing 100 million subscribers sometimes between fiscal year 2029 and fiscal year 30. In response to the business growing in projections, Spencer said that Microsoft would have to make a different decision with the business should the numbers not grow quicker than projections. This could mean leaving it behind. I do not believe, this is a quote from Phil Spencer, I do not believe that this is what the future Xbox business would look like. This is a presentation from our devices organizations to the gaming leadership team. So it is a view from the team that we charted at building our hardware and the future business would look like. I can fairly safely say that if we do not make progress, then this is on consoles, we would exit the gaming business. If the outcome would be, I don't believe we'd still be in business. So Phil Spencer's saying that by fiscal year 2028, so before this new console, if they have not hit 100 million subscribers on Xbox Game Pass, Xbox will no longer be they're going to get out of the business because it won't be profitable. That means that they are already bleeding money right now, and Microsoft is just trying to buy everything to be the number one, but they're bleeding cash.
Oh,
That's the way it sounds to me.
the moment it comes out that you have to pay 2K, 21 million, or I mean 12 million per month for a game, there is no way you're earning any money.
Yeah, like I'm not going to Game Pass to play Grand Theft Auto.
If Xbox didn't have Microsoft, they were just some other company, their doors would be shut down already. But they have Windows money, baby. That's what they have. Windows money.
They have every computer. The computers we're on right now is them.
Yeah.
They run it.
They have Windows money, baby.
Well, they have every money. They have a lot of money. They have so many things. They got a lot of hands in the cookie jars. But I look at people dunking on PlayStation all the time for not doing all these day and dates, and now it makes sense where PlayStation's like, nah, dog, I ain't doing this. And now when we see the money, it's like, yikes. And then we find out that their new console is going to be diskless 100%. It's going to be a version of cloud and download, digital and cloud only.
Yep.
No disc. So that means it's going to be a lot like Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. If you download it, some of the stuff you're getting is actually coming from the cloud. So not everything actually downloads onto the console, and that's what they're saying, that it's going to be a mix of cloud and this is 2028. This is not that far off. It's only 5 years from now.
No.
So they're saying in less than 5 years, digital media is dead.
Physical.
Yes. Sorry. Physical. Brain.
I mean, for them, yeah. I don't know if Sony will go the same route. Do you?
I think they will. I think Sony wants to go away from the physical media as well. I think they all do.
It would make sense from a production standpoint, because then you're not spending money to make all these things.
You're just literally printing money because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a digital version of the thing. And then you can always take it off a storefront and put it back up and sell it again for exorbitant amounts of money.
Sure can.
Because then no one can have it still.
Sure can. Yeah, anything else from the Xbox?
Well, I really was intrigued by this controller. I was really intrigued by this controller, to be totally honest. I thought, to me, that was very big news that they are going to have a new controller. But also just recently some sales numbers came out, and I was talking about how the PlayStation was 200% up. The Xbox Series S outsold the Xbox Series X last month.
That, I think that actually isn't surprising when you look at how much they cost. This stuff's expensive. If people want to get a console,
and in total, Xbox has sold more Series S's than X's.
That makes sense. It's what, half the cost?
That didn't to me. I was that dude. But we also that's honestly. So here is Phil Spencer's memo, which is also leaked to the leaks. Team, today several documents submitted in court proceedings related to our proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard were unintentionally disclosed. I know this is disappointing, even if many of the documents are well over a year old and the plans have evolved. That's my favorite part. I also know we all take this confidentiality of our plans and our partners' information very seriously. This leak obviously is not us living up to expectations. We will learn from what has happened and be better going forward. We put all incredible amounts of passion and energy into our work and then never know how we want this hard work to be shared with the community. That said, there is so much more to be excited about, and when we're ready, we'll share the real plans. So my question to you, Pez, how much of what I just read is absolute horse poop?
I'm going to say all of it.
Yeah, I don't see that big of a pivot on, say, this, new Xbox Series X that's all digital, 2 terabyte. It looks like it's got a little bit of more beefs. Like, what are the specs on it? Is it a little bit better?
It was 2 terabytes. What else to say? Better Wi-Fi. Let me just pull it up here. 2 terabytes, better Wi-Fi, reduced power by 15%. Deliver 4K Gen 9 console gaming with more internal storage. Yeah, they didn't really put out, other than the Bluetooth. It'll have Bluetooth. Oh no, that's the controller. Sorry,
No,
controller has
that's
Bluetooth.
PlayStation and the Bluetooth.
Um, USB-C front port with power delivery, and it just is an all new immersive controller, which
So
is
it's not.
bad.
So it's not a pro version. It's just a new model of the Xbox
It's
Series X.
yeah, Xbox Series XS. Knowing them, but
Because
yeah, who knows what they're gonna call it?
I almost guarantee that PlayStation will have a PS5 Pro.
I thought I was reading something about how that was like. Maybe nothing specific. I thought like something leaked during this trial that said something about a PS5 Pro. But
Yeah, I'm
who
not sure,
knows?
but
Maybe.
though, yeah, I
Maybe
just
I'm just
look at
making
all
it up.
this and I'm just like, this sucks for Xbox. It does. It really does. That's the
Yeah.
one thing I took from Phil Spencer's thing. Yes, it does suck. All this hard work that all these people are doing, they're making games. They want the hype because you need the hype to sell games.
Of
And
course.
now the balloon is just burst.
Yep.
Like Xbox might as well at the Game Awards just dump it all out there.
Say you read the emails. You know what we're talking about in walk off stage. We're not dealing with it. You guys read everything.
Well,
Go to
I almost guarantee
Kotaku or
you that
whatever
they
crap.
show at the Game Awards that new console. If it's coming early 2024, then the Game Awards is where they're going to show that thing.
Yeah, the Brooklyn, whatever.
Mhm.
I am interested in what they're gonna call it because Xbox does not always have the best naming devices.
The 360 was a phenomenal name.
I know it's easily their best, but then you go into the Xbox One, no. Then
Terrible.
you go into the One S, terrible. Then you go into
Absolutely
the
terrible.
Series X, Series S, terrible.
It's so bad.
It was Xbox 360 was like bang, made sense. You wanted to be the all-encompassing machine. I get it. It was great.
So what are they going to call the Xbox 180?
I don't. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but Xbox
I think
One wasn't it.
their biggest faux pas should have just been Xbox One, Xbox Two, Xbox Three, Xbox. So it was just X. You just
Yeah.
have the PlayStation. They just have the P and the number,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. But you know, Xbox had to be cute with it. They had to get cute with it. Meanwhile, Sony's like, I call it the PS2. Nintendo's like, I call it a Super Nintendo. It's fine. And then they went insane. We're gonna call them Wii's and Wii U's.
And GameCubes.
GameCubes. What is this? It's a cube. It plays games. It's a GameCube. the janitor's like, just call it
I feel
a
that's
GameCube.
a very good TikTok right there. You could be like, how they name these things. It's a cube. It plays games. What are we gonna call this? Oh, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Wii. Oh my god, it's the Wii. It's the Nintendo Wii.
You can show like a Miyamoto doing the Wii bowling just over and go Wii. Call it a Wii. So dumb, Nintendo. Why? I don't understand how. I mean, PlayStation. It is what it is. The PS is the best naming system, by the way. It's easy.
It's very smart.
This is the PS1, PSX, whatever you want to call it, and then you got 2, 3, 4, 5. Done and done. Bring
1,
back
2, 3,
the
4,
Vita.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12. All right. As we wrap this up, Court, any final thoughts? I need to shower. I didn't even shower before I came to.
You haven't showered today?
I showered this morning.
My final thought is,
then I went to the gym.
I am so excited. Like, I'm away next week, and all I can think about is NHL comes out when I come back. So when I come back from my work week, NHL and Assassin's Creed. Like, that's huge.
It's pretty great.
For me, that's huge. And actually for you too. There's like 2 games you're actually like, I will play those games. Yeah.
Pretty great.
So that's my final thoughts.
I got a whole backlog of games I need to play.
I don't. I'm done playing games that are not for me anymore. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Right now I'm playing still the Crew Motorfest. Love it. Love that game.
Loving it.
Loving it. I'm going to play games that I like playing. I'm done trying things out.
The problem isn't I'm not playing games. I'm still playing one game and I'm running out and I don't have the time to invest into a nice long gaming session right now. That's a big problem. I think if I can get a good like 4 or 5 hours on a Sunday, rip through that.
I think a game called NHL 24 is just screaming for you because you're like, well, I can play for an hour here. I can play for an hour there.
I mean, EA, hook a brother up.
It's in the game,
man. Come on, man. If it's in my PlayStation, I'm in the game. Cool. Well, I have no final thoughts. My final thought is
Waba ain't here. We don't need final thoughts.
It'll be Waba and I next week. We'll live in the dream. For those listening to us on your podcast platform of choice, if you want to see us live on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, go to youtube.com/3dadsandaconsole.
Oh, and when are you doing your charity stream?
And if we next Friday. So I will. Well, you know what? I do have a final thought.
There you go.
You're
welcome.
Court. Thank you. For those out there listening on your podcast platform of choice, or if you're watching on youtube.com/3dadsonaconsole, on Friday, September 29th, I will be raising money for the Jimmy Fund, which is the fundraising arm of the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. The goal this year is $1,500. Last year it was $500, and we raised about $2,000. If we hit the 2,000 mark, I will be getting a Jimmy Fund tattoo. And I said if we hit the 5,000 mark, I'll shave my face live on stream.
Wow. I also saw that you're going to be drinking out of a hot dog.
Yeah, we're doing the Glizzy Straw 2.0. We tried it last year. It didn't work that well, so we're going to redo it.
Dude, how about this? If you do it, use a Slurpee. So then...
I can't drink a Slurpee. It's too much sugar.
Yeah.
I die.
Oh.
Last year, you want to know what I drank last year? Milk.
That is the most disgusting thing. You drank a thing that looks like a...
I drank milk from a hot dog.
And it had milk coming out of it. So then
I drank milk from a hot dog.
White stuff coming out of a
phallic... No, it's a family-friendly podcast. Remember that.
I just said it.
Remember that. So come hang out with us from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. But if we go every $100 we go over on the goal, we are going to add an extra hour. Last year I did 18 hours.
If you shave your beard, you're going to look like a 4-year-old.
I know, but hey, it's for a good cause.
Does your wife want you to shave the beard?
It was her. No, she doesn't, but it was her idea. She was like, hey, it'd be a good incentive for your community that knows how much you love your facial hair.
How about if you raise $2,000, you will shave your head?
No. I'm getting a tattoo. I would totally get a tattoo. I don't care about that. That's not
$5,000?
5,000 is the beard because no one cares about a guy with a shaved head. You know what I mean? I'm like almost bald as it is. It doesn't matter.
10,000.
No, there's no 10,000. The face is the big draw, but I mean 10,000. I shave my head. Who cares? I don't care.
$10,000. You shave Waba's head.
Oh, I do that for $10. I would do that for a large iced coffee and a bacon, egg, and cheese the Aki way.
From Dunkies?
Yeah, a little Dunkies.
Oh, also for everybody else, my final thought is the NHL season officially started. Training camp opened today. So be prepared for us to talk hockey a lot again. It's gonna happen.
Yep. And if you don't like that, you can suck it. Goodbye, everyone.